Also, hello, I'm Laura from the Verna Fowler Academic and Menominee Public Library. Glad to be with you today and happy July. And we're all here for Breathe and Bead today. So I don't know if everybody wants to just say a quick hi who's on the Zoom call.
Hi. Hi there. Good to see everyone.
All right. And oh, wait a minute. We've got one more person coming on here.
My friend's coming with us.
Let's see. They're joining. Hello. Just connecting to audio here. We'll have her in a second.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hello, sorry, I was just plugging in. Wow, that is beautiful.
Hi.
Hello, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for including me.
Sure. And we were just getting started. I was just about to say that, so Breathe and Bead is a time we can just get together and enjoy each other's company and maybe share projects we're working on and share maybe just, if somebody's working on something and anybody has ideas or things that maybe they're wondering about a certain technique or something, we can help each other out. But also Janice Rabidoux here is usually nice enough to prepare just something to kind of to showcase. And so Janice, thank you for being willing to do that again today. And Janice is with Menominee Family Services that partners with the library to sponsor this program. So Janice, are you ready? Or
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for the introduction, Laura. So yeah, I work with Family Services, and this is part of the outreach that I do to get involved in with your spotlight just came on, so I was trying to figure out why I was only seeing me.
Oh, sorry.
I don't see you guys on the spotlight. That's really.
Oh, see, on mine, everybody's up at the
I got
top.
it. I got it now. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, all right, that's really neat. Yeah, this helps me stay involved with community on a different level. I'm an art therapist and counselor with Family Services, and I work with people, mostly children, one-on-one, doing art therapy with them. And with this COVID crisis going on, there's been a lot of stay-at-home going on for me to keep myself and my mom healthy. So a lot of my one-on-one sessions have kind of transformed into distance online and art packets and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm happy that we have this platform where I can stay in touch with community in a different way, on a different level, and to share in the beading craft and to share in some of the things that I do. And I always like to stress that I do things I do things the way I'm taught, and other people do things the way they're taught. So there's always more than one way of doing, whether it's beading or sewing or whatever. You all have your own way of doing it. So I wanted to stress that. I'm really more than happy to show you what I learned and how I do it, and you guys can run with it. You can figure out maybe there's something else, a different method or a different way of doing it that you feel more comfortable with. But anyway, so I wanted to showcase my beaded Christmas balls that I make. I haven't made any in a while, but I normally would make them, starting in the fall for the Christmas season and selling them. And I wanted to show you some samples. Right now you're looking at one of the screens with has my camera on my worktop here. This is a sample of the beadwork that is made to go over the balls, and it is laid out in a flat surface, so you see what it looks like when it's laying flat. So let me just get my camera loosened up here so I can give you a little bit bigger image.
Do you want me to spotlight that shot now, Janice? I can go to that. Oh, and also we've had someone else join. They were here a second ago.
Yeah, I guess the spotlighting was going to be on my hands. I don't know.
Yep.
This is kind of confusing.
No, that's right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spotlight this one now. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So this is what it looks like. This is my hand, so you can see what size it is. So this is starts out with a pattern of 4 beads, 1 colored, 4 beads, 1 colored in the circle. And then as you go out in concentric circles, you end up with 12 beads, 1 color, 12 beads. So this size with the size 11 beads, using these numbers will give you this large piece. And this falls over a ball perfectly. And this is the dangle that I made in advance to show you what a single dangle will look like, because the dangles will be hanging from the ends like so. So we're going to have 18 of those, because I like to put one in this section here, and then one on the loop, and then one on the section, one on the loop. So you'll have 18 going all the way across like a spoke. So that's what that looks like flat. Now I want to share with you some pictures on a screen share on some of the samples, finished pieces that I've made in the past. So you're familiar with what they look like. And so you can see what they look like as far as using different colors, different balls, different dangles. So I'm going to go on my other screen and share.
Okay, I think I may have to cancel the spotlight for a second. All right, now go ahead and.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
So this is one that I've made using the turquoise colors. And if you'll notice the size, that pattern of 4 beads, concentric circles, all the way down to 12 beads will give you that size. So it hangs just perfectly towards the bottom of the ball, and then your dangles come down from that. Let me
Wow, that's beautiful.
There's another one. This is a brown ball using brown beads. Here's a purple one on gold beads. It's a close-up, some purple beads. And I love to use glass beads. I've mentioned this before. These are all glass beads. The pearly ones that you see on the previous ones, those are, you know, the plastic, I forget what kind they call them, but they really make a nice quality type finished piece. And you'll also notice that I use white or pearl colored beads for the majority of the netting or the mesh beadwork. And then in between there are the colored beads. I'll usually try to match up the colored beads along with the dangles just so they kind of go together. So that's my sharing. I'm going to go back to regular screen. All right, so we have half an hour together, and I'm going to keep track of the time here. I'm just going to quickly go through with you the different methods and the way you want to bead to get this piece here. And how you start is you start with a ring, like I said, and then you attach another circle around that, and then another one. So I'll show you how that gets done, because this ends up becoming diamonds in between here. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to attempt to do my work underneath the camera. And I have a bunch of beads. This is a shank. And what I do is I'll just take, it's hard to do this. I'll just take one of these strings off and remove it from this whole shank. So that's what this is. And I'm going to keep the beads on here because it's easier to count off how many you need. So I'll go like this and count off 4 beads. Then you'll notice too, I don't know if you can see, how's the quality of this camera, by the way?
Well, it's actually getting a little more blurry. If you move back a little bit, it'll be better.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it down here.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you the different size of the beads. There's one bead in here that's extra wide and fat. If you get fats that a lot of variation in sizes and it bothers you too much, I would just not use it then. I would just kind of take it off and then go back and pick up the 4 beads. So you take 4 beads. Now I got a really skinny one in there. This is not a very good shank.
Sometimes you run into those, right?
Yeah, so I got 4 beads, and then I'm gonna grab my colored beads here. And I really you guys stick with me on this close-up work here. All right, and so then my colored bead is going to be a turquoise one. So I pick up a turquoise and then I go back to 4 beads. So I'm going to keep doing this, 4 beads, 1 color, 4 beads, 1 color, until I get 9 colored ones on there, because that's going to give me the size circle that I need to start out with. So I'm working with size 11 beads with the size and one of these beads is really, really small hole. It's not going on my needle, which is another frustrating thing. So I'm going to get rid of those. And I think I'm going to end up just not using this shank after a while because it's too many variations. 3.
Hey, Janice, what size needle are you using?
Well, this is another thing. I'm using a bigger needle too, so I'm going to switch. If I'm using size 11 beads, I'll probably want to use a 12 needle because it'll be smaller, skinnier, and it'll go through the holes better. So I'm going to do that right now. So you won't see my hands for a bit because I'm trying to re-thread my needle here. So anyone else want to share what they're doing or what they've been doing in the past week or so?
Mm-hmm. Well, if nobody, be thinking if there's anything you want to share, but maybe I'll just mention real quick. Maria showed us a couple weeks ago some of the Read to Bead prizes that are part of our summer reading program. And so it's the summer reading program is for all ages, not just kids, but we do have beading kits and beading prizes for all ages. So if you go to our website and look at the summer reading program, it'll have all that information. So if you like to bead, Maria has done a great job of putting together some beading kits that adults could choose from. Maria, do you want to just say just a little bit about what's in those kits?
Sure. The kits that I put together are for flat work. So if you want to bead on Pellin, there's little circle gemmy things that have already been glued on and some colors have been selected. There's needle, thread, and a little piece of wax. So it should be enough to get somebody something complete. And then we have the fake leather that looks like real leather. So you can actually
leather.
Yeah. But it looks really nice though. So it is a new trend, I've been told.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, thank you, Maria, for putting those together. And you can get a closer look at all the beading prizes on our website. If you look at prize info, I think it's, or I forget, what's it called, Bethany, on that tab?
So there is how prizes work, and then it gives you kind of the breakdown. And then there's choose your prize, and that kind of gives you the pictures of the different beading prizes and then the other prizes that we have as well.
Okay, thank you. I knew there was a nice phrase and I couldn't remember. Choose your prize. Yes, so it's really fun. You can go and say, I want that. And So all the information is on the website. And so if you don't know about the summer reading program, you can get on there and you can see how it works. And if you have any questions, just give us, send an email or call us. We'll be glad to get you going on that. There's still plenty of time to participate in the summer reading program. And we have, when you finish reading challenges, you also get to enter for the grand prize. And we are giving away a couple of beading looms for grand prizes. So
Ooh,
just
beading
know that
looms are fun.
yeah. So just letting you know about that.
Nice. So what are you guys working on right now as we got our heads down and beading or working away?
I'm still working. I swear I only bring this out on Breathe and Bead, so it's not getting far any fast. But I had a few stitches going on this on my branch, but then I messed it up, so I just had to take it all out. Like that's what I'm doing. Is I'm doing my work. I think I'm going to change my stitch though because I've been failing at it lately. So.
What else? What are you working on, Maria?
I started on I started with a flat work. I made this little thing, and now I'm trying to match my colors to make a necklace. So I'm doing my friend peyote again.
Oh,
Nice.
that's relaxing, huh?
Yeah, it is. I get to work on it at night after everybody goes to bed. And then today when we have Breathe and Bead.
Nice.
I'm in
Anyone
Bethany's
else?
camp. I'm in Bethany's camp, so I'm only getting to do beadwork when I'm here with you guys, but I'm enjoying working on the project for the Madison Ballet. Unfortunately, the Overture Center is going to be closed, so they will not have a performance this year, but hopefully next year.
Oh.
Hmm.
So Lucy, you're in Madison?
Yes, I'm at UW-Madison.
Oh.
I'm the secretary of the faculty's office. I do faculty services. So I had met Bethany through a reading circle that another librarian who I'm sure is known to you all, Janice Rice, was a co-convener with me, and we were able to have a reunion after 10 years, and I'm thrilled to find Bethany. It was like the best thing ever to find her at the College of the Menominee Nation Library.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, great. Well,
All right.
Thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
And
All right,
Crystal is
so
there. Janice, just so you know, Crystal's there too.
hello, I didn't see you. How are you? Your mic is off.
Yeah, I got kids running around, so I just kind of keep my camera and my sound
Right.
off just in case. But I'm just working on a design at the moment, so doesn't look like much, but it's gonna be on here, and I'm making vamps. It's velvet, so
Nice.
just working on that because.
Yeah, I've seen your posts on Facebook. You had that 10 day or 10 image challenge thing, and every day you're posting something. Beautiful work. I just really look forward to seeing it each day. So nice job. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
That's great. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left. I want to try and stay on schedule. So what I'm going to do is just show you. I've got the 4 beads on, 1 colored beads, all the way up to 9 colored beads. That's going to give me enough. So after I have that all on there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing around and make a circle and go back through that first bead I put on. I don't know if you can see this. I'll try to keep it in view. So I'm going to go back through that first bead only. And that's going to, what I call connect the choo-choo train. I have a way of labeling things a certain way so children understand, because I work with children a lot. So connected the choo-choo train. Now I'm going to go through the other 3 white beads and till I get to that next first blue bead. Oh. Hard to get in without everything moving on me. After I get started, it'll be fine. So, okay, so now here's where we start going to through the colored bead. Oh, let's see. Through the colored bead and make that swoop down and then come back up. So we're going to have 5 beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white beads, a colored bead, and then 5 white beads up. And that's what gives us that swoop. So that is the second concentric circle is 5 beads, color 5 beads. All right, does that make sense? Can you see that good?
Mm.
Okay. So is the spotlight on my hands, or what are you guys seeing?
Yes.
Okay.
Is everybody seeing the same thing? The close up on the beads? Okay.
All right. Okay, so go through my colored bead. Pick up 5. And then the next row is going to be 6. 6 colored 6. 6 colored 6. And then it'll be 7. 7 colored 7. 1 colored and then 5. And then you'll see it all come together once I put it on. Okay, now I'm going to go through that next blue bead. So I'm skipping all of the white beads and I'm only going through the colored beads. That's how you're going to do it each time, is go through the colored beads. Okay.
Oh.
And then let me do it again so you get the idea. 5. 1 color. 5. And I'm not going to do the whole row because I got to move down to where I'm going to show you how to put the dangles on. But I wanted to show you how each row went. Oops, my circle. There. Looks like little bunny ears. So you're going to start seeing that around this whole circle. You're going to skip all the white ones and always just go through that colored bead. So it's 5 beads, color bead, 5 beads. So once you get all the way around the 5, you work your needle down through that last bead that you're going to end up on, down through here to that colored bead, and then continue going with 7 beads, 1 color, 7 beads all the way around until you get your final concentric circles.
Wow.
Is that clear? So that's your 1 circle. And then these V's actually make the second circle, which is 5 beads. And then these V's make the 6, the 3rd circle, and then the 7th circle, and the 8th circle, and out and out until you get to 12. And I normally do 12 twice. So I've got these 2 little bottoms, just because it adds a little bit more dimension on when it hangs on the ball and it looks prettier. All right, so now pretend I went through that whole thing and I've got my entire mesh piece done. I'm going to tie next to one of the colored beads. And then I'm going to start adding my dangles. And now what I like to do is I like to experiment on how I want the dangles to look. So I kind of went through and decided I like this pattern. I like to go with the bigger dangles on the bottom. Let's see. The bigger dangles on the bottom, it kind of like looks bulbous and then comes skinnier at the top, just because that gives it a really nice look too when it's hanging on the wall. All right, so that's my sample. What I'm going to do is tie on to next to a blue bead, and I'm going to pick up each bead. Now you're probably not going to see this part. Oh, let me move the camera a little bit. I'm going to pick up each bead in order. I have them laying in the order I want them, and this helps me keep everything organized. Just pick each one up. And I know some of you guys are familiar with putting dangles on things. I'm not going to move my camera too much because it's taped down because it moves, it falls too much. So
Yeah.
the things you got to do to get things to work, I tell you. All right, so now I've got all of my dangles on my needle. I use a long needle and they all fit on here perfectly. So once I got them on, I'll slide them down to my piece like so.
Wow.
And then once I do that, I got to go up through them again. So I'm going to skip that last one. I always make that, this is like the stop bead. Oops, let me move it up more. Call it the stop bead because it stops the other beads from moving around. That one is always usually a small one. I like to make it like a gold one because it's really there. I mean, you can see it and it looks nice, but it's really there to stop the other beads. So I'm going to skip that and I'm going to go through the second bead all the way up to the other bead, through the other beads until I get back up to the top. And that's why you want to use a long needle so you can do this. Long beading needle, it's called. And when I pull, that is going to secure the dangle to my work. Now I want to go through that blue needle or blue bead to finish it. And then after I go through the blue needle or the blue bead, I'm doing this with my left hand too because of the way it's set up. This is really hard. All right, so I got through my blue bead. Now I'm ready to go on to the next dangle. So where do I go? What do I do? What I want to do is I want to get to this blue bead on that loop there. So I will go through my white beads in order to get there. And normally this, when I was really getting it down pat and really going to town on these, filling in orders, I was able to get one of these done in like 2.5, 3 hours.
Wow.
I really would have a really nice setup. There you go. So now you're ready for the next dangles. And then that's just the way it goes all the way around. I'll put my beads on, and then what I do is I'll end up going through, actually I have to go through the blue bead. I'm sorry, you want to go back through the blue bead because once you come back up, you put your dangles on, come back up, you want to go back through the blue bead again.
Okay.
All right, and then that secures it onto that little loop that hangs down. And that's it.
Wow.
There you go, Christmas balls. I'm going to try to finish this one of these days. Yeah, but I mean, you can really go to town with the different colors and different styles and the different ball colors and really get creative with it. But that's pretty much it. I'm done with my demonstration.
Janice, that's really beautiful, and you make it look so easy. Oh,
someone's mic is off.
Lucy, unmute your, we can't hear you.
Lindsay?
Lucy was talking?
Sorry, I didn't mean to be interrupting. I have another meeting that is starting, and I was telling them that I wanted to be respectful of you and join them in 1 minute. So I will go back.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we are done actually. We've got to sign off ourselves. So thank you so much for joining. And I'm glad I was able to share this technique with you and this craft. You guys have a good day. Stay beautiful. Cool. Thank you. Yeah. If you have any questions too, just pop us a question online.